Zach Galifianakis, Zach Galifianakis, Kanangas, whatever the fuck your name is. Hello. Welcome back to Underrated Movies. I'm your guy. I'm your man, Mr. Alton Henry, and today I'm going to talk to you of another film that I believe is severely underrated and doesn't get talked about too much, and it's actually one of my favorite comedies ever made. Birdman, starring Michael Keaton, Edward Norton, Emma Stone, Amy Ryan, and Naomi Watts. Who's Amy Ryan? Oh yeah, she plays the ex-wife of Michael Keaton. It's a comedy drama which won Best Picture back in 2014. It's a story of a man um, used to be famous for playing a superhero, all washed up, trying to reinvent his career by staging a famous play, and he is going through a midlife crisis. And during his crisis, he combats with his alter ego, Birdman, who's telling him that he's pursuing the wrong path. And this is one of the most original comedies I have ever seen in my life. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Just hands down. Like, this film is inventive, it's unique, it's creative, and it's something you don't really see really anywhere in a lot of movies. Um, like at all. This is a very rare gem, and I think forgotten Best Picture winner. I don't think really gets enough attention, and it's been 7 or 8 years since the movies came out. And I remember seeing this in theaters, and I had to drive to Sacramento to go watch it when I was living up north. But this film, crazy good. It's like an experience because it's so different and so experimental. And it's one of the first experiences I've seen of a film that tried to do one take throughout the whole film that really made me see films in a whole new different way. And really it's about a man who's like to its core, and it's tragic. It's really about a man who's contemplating suicide because his relevance with the people around him and his fame and then everybody just around him feels like he doesn't feel um, important. So he feels by producing this play, it would make him relevant again. And actually, there's some few moments in the film. There's a great scene between Emma Stone, who plays his daughter, Michael Keaton's daughter in the film, who sees what he's up to and shoots him down on it to tell him, like, dude, you shouldn't be getting on me for smoking pot. I see what you're really trying to do with this play and how obsessive you are, where you feel like you have to do this, where you're just making yourself feel relevant again by trying to do this play. And it's not gonna work. You're trying to feel relevant. Unfortunately, everybody else wants to feel that way, comparing him to other people and shoots him down on it, which it is a sad scene when that moment of truth kind of bombs out. And they have quite a few like really good scenes, like top notch acting from every performance here. And it's amazing how they were able to do everything with one take and how they made the film edit to make it seem like it's done all in one take. And it's phenomenal how they were able to pull it off. Like, this film is a must to watch for filmmakers who want to get into film. And I would say I think it's a film that I think a lot of mainstream stream audiences should check out, especially if they want to invest in something like a just a different kind of comedy kind of film. Now, this movie takes mostly around this stage theater play, and Reagan, played by Michael Keaton, is so hell bent on trying to get this play to succeed, and they do quite a few preview showings in the actual play, and it's not really the focus about the play itself. It's really about him trying to go through lengths to feel he needs to reinvent himself as a professional career actor. And the film deals with critics bashing on him. It deals with the press. It deals with depression. It deals with all of these things. I guess you go through in show business. Edward Norton, who steals the show and quite a few of the scenes he's in, plays this somewhat washed up, hard to play blacklist actor who tries to steal it all. And I'm kind of glad they don't put too much relevance on his character, but he feels like he gets pushed aside quite a bit in the third act after he strikes a romance with Emma Stone's character. Um, in the film, the score is all like drum rolls, is like a band, like a little like drum band that's playing throughout the drums, and it feels very dysfunctional when you hear it, which was unique. And it's actually one of the shortest soundtracks I've ever heard. It's only like 20 something, 28 minutes. Um, and another good quality I like about the film is that you actually see him battle his alternate personality a little bit when it comes to Birdman, his superhero alter ego nemesis, um, where he is battling, I guess, against his reality that he needs to, like, Birdman's literally trying to convince him you need to go back doing what you're used to doing instead of trying to do this stuff where it's artsy and it's just not what most people want. And then the movie has something to say about art films versus mainstream movies and the debate about that briefly, where just most people, unless you're a very cinema person, most people just aren't really gonna care. And it does mention something about most people just don't care about your relevance. You yourself should care about your relevance and try to live in the moment of 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 trying to live your life. And it actually kind of spoke to me a little bit because I like to get people to watch certain things or try to tell people, and I get up straight up just told like, dude, we do not care. Care about sports, talking to girls, and doing all this stuff. We don't give a crap about what you got to say about this. We don't care about no goddamn movie or no. So that actually struck a little like a little, you know, relatable quality that I would say is like, okay, I see, you know. So that was actually something I thought was really interesting about the film, and it actually struck something relatable to me. Um, the movie kind of goes, I wouldn't say it goes by fast, but kind of like the pacing is like really, really up to par. Like I could tell these actors really had to step up their A game to really capture the tone, the pacing, especially given that the way that they shot this movie and is done in one take to really pace the film at a certain pace to kind of kept like the element going. There's a lot of energy that goes on in this film, and you really feel it. You really feel like you don't feel the film slows down. There's always something unique about it happening where it comes to scenes, to certain conflicts that are happening in the film. The movie is surprisingly quite hilarious, where Reagan gets himself in these unforeseen circumstances, and there's one thing after another where you feel he's on the verge of suicide. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is where he actually is dealing with his alternate ego, Birdman. And there's a scene in there where he's walking on the sidewalk. You actually see Birdman for the first time, and he's telling him, "Dude, you are special. You are a superhero. You are this and that. Okay, stop trying to be somebody else to please others to make yourself important. You are this, and you should be proud of it." And I thought that scene was just highly inventive, and it felt like a whole new like experience that I've never felt before in any film. Like it was something brand new, and it deserved its Best Picture nomination. And thank God it won. I loved it. Thank God. Like I wanted to see that film twice in theaters. That's just how much I loved it. Like I love this film, Birdman. This was great. Birdman. Birdman, or the unexpected virtue of ignorance. Have you seen it? What you thought about it? Would you recommend it? Comment below and let me know what you thought about this masterpiece of a film. And let me know what is your favorite underrated movie.